Researchers and practitioners from Europe and Central Asia gathered at St. Stephen University in Hungary for the expert consultation on innovation for smallholders and family farmers. 40 participants from 26 countries represented not only the academia, agricultural extension, the public sector and government organizations, but also private enterprises and the farmers themselves. The consultation aimed to discuss the criteria for data collection on agricultural innovation, set up the mechanism for data management, increase interaction, collaboration and synergy between related platforms and networks.
This expert consultation is actually very interesting. We have been asked by our member countries to develop a knowledge sharing forum, a platform that countries from East, West, South and North could share good practices on innovations, but not simply on innovations, but innovations that can be useful and applicable for smallholders and family farms in the region. And actually, these are the majority of farms are smallholders and family farms. So that's why this is very important to see what kind of innovations, what practical information we can provide to those smallholders and family farms, and also to advisory services in order to transform our agriculture sector through innovations.
Smallholders in agriculture are extremely important in Macedonia because approximately 80% of agriculture production in our country comes from smallholders.
The program started with a panel discussion that focused on the current status of family farms and agricultural innovation systems in the region. In the next session, experts proposed a set of criteria for evaluation and sharing of good examples on innovation. Participants investigated the innovation challenge from 4 aspects: knowledge, technology, economy and social.
The agroecology per se is innovation in agriculture because it's putting at the center of the innovation flow farmers' knowledge, and farmers' knowledge is an evolutionary concept. In that sense, innovation is the way also to protect farmer knowledge and to have a real social change. So the best innovation that we have is the social innovation.
For the networks and platforms presentations, the poster carousel was taking place, which gave interesting opportunity to identify gaps and possibilities of collaboration between a diverse mix of actors, including international organizations, NGOs, research hubs, digital repositories, open data providers and regional advisory networks.
We have one advantage, and that is the advantage of presence and proximity, because the advisory services are as near as possible, sometimes weekly or daily in contact with the farmers, especially with the small farmers. Seeing all this development almost from the very beginning until now, I can tell you that my feeling is that AgriWeb had play and is still playing an important role in interfacing, but I think now it's high time, and the stars are in the right position.
As a conclusion of the first 2 working days of the consultation, participating experts suggested to develop a new network based on an existing regional information management platform, which could support smallholders and family farmers not only with information about suitable examples on innovation, but also several other aspects discussed.
We got a lot of information here and good examples, but what I would like to emphasize is exactly the examples that we may adopt in a small farm situation in Albania. Asking students to bring new ideas coming from farmers' problems and find some simple solutions for this idea. So we hope in a few months to have some other models replicable in Albanian conditions.
Suggested innovations should directly and specifically respond to the needs coming from the field. Therefore, data about practical problems and questions should also be collected and matched against, or paired with, the offered solutions.
Experts or organizations that work in this field very often have access to a great deal of information. However, the challenge is, how do we find information, good practices, innovative good practices that farmers and extension workers or researchers that are close to the smallholders can utilize. So now what we need to try and do is to identify all these problems in the field, match these problems with the good practices and solutions that exist, and then deliver them to our end user, to the smallholder.
In the second part of the expert consultation, participants were introduced to the methodology of developing nationally agriculture strategy at the country level. The proposal for the Regionally Agriculture Observatory, aggregating secondary indicators, and the necessity of collecting primary data to calculate the readiness index in agriculture was also presented. The expert consultation will be followed up by a series of actions, for instance data collection, network and platform development, dissemination and participation at international events. More information is available from the organizer's website.